We are going to paint some super adorable spiders. These are great to do in batches because it does take some dry time. Start by laying out a spider web that your spider will be hanging from on the stone. Then using black acrylic paint and a brush, you're going to kind of spin your rock and create these fuzzy spider bodies. You can make them as big or small as you want. We are going to be adding some pretty large eyes to these, so I like to make mine at least big enough for 2 eraser-sized dots. You'll learn more about that in a minute. Now I'm going to start adding on some white rectangles and squares so that each spider can be holding a sign. Now, depending on what you want the sign to say is what size of rectangle that you do. You can separate your letters. I'm going to show you quite a few different layouts here that I am setting up for the designs I'm doing today. Now, depending on the style of rocks you're going for, the look that you want to achieve, you may need 2 coats of white paint for your signs. I don't mind them being slightly see-through. To me, it's not that big of a deal. I do have a link to these flat circle stones that you can find in the description below on the website. I ordered these off of Amazon. Now I did go through and add a second coat of the white paint pen to the web because it was a little bit too see-through for my liking. Next, you're going to start laying down your legs. You can use a liner brush or you can use an extra fine tip paint pen like I am here. You're going to have 4 legs on each side, and I always like to have my legs holding the sign. So depending on where your sign lands is which legs you can use to hold your sign. You can go along the edge of your rectangle with your paint pen as well, and then put whatever you want on your sign. I'm going to make these for Halloween, so I'm going to make them say boo. This one's going to say trick or treat. Have fun with this, whatever you want them to say. I even have one that just says hi. Play around and just have fun with the legs, just attaching them wherever you want. I always like to make sure that they have one spot where they bend that kind of helps pull off the spider look. Next is my favorite part. We're going to add on really big eyes. I'm just going to use a brand new pencil eraser and one that is shaved down. We'll talk about that more at the end. Go ahead and load up your eraser with a bunch of white paint and you're going to dab on 2 giant eyes. Now when placing your circles, you want to make sure that you press down nice and flat and have plenty of paint on there so you get nice round eyes. Next, we're going to create the pupils. So I have a pencil eraser that I put in the pencil sharpener to shave it down so it's a slightly smaller dot. Load it up with a good amount of paint and hold your rock slightly to the side. As you press down, you can see the circle get wider so you know when to lift up because you don't want to lose all of the whites of your eyes. Now you don't want to forget this last touch. We're going to add a little highlight. I'm just using the back end of my paintbrush here and we're going to dab just a little white dot in the upper right hand corner of each one of the eyes. I hope you enjoyed this cute little tutorial. Here's the rest of a bunch of the Halloween rocks we did last year. There's tutorials for almost all of these on the page already. If you're subscribed, make sure you turn on notifications so you don't miss our next tutorial. Bye-bye.